Gentlemen, let me ask you something simple before we begin. How many glasses of plain water have you consumed today? Maybe two, three, or even a full bottle already. Most men would say proudly, plenty. I stay hydrated, doc. But here's the reality. If you're over 50 and particularly past 60, plain water might not be achieving what you believe it is. Sure, it keeps you alive, but it may not be maintaining your vitality. You see, water by itself can't replenish what time subtly erodes away. After 50, your body cells, blood vessels, and hormones begin shifting in ways most men never detect. You drink water, yet you still feel exhausted. You work out, yet your circulation seems sluggish. You rest, yet you wake up groggy and parched. Something's absent, and that something might be the secret between merely surviving and truly thriving. I'm Dr. Rachel Ross, a board-certified urologist who has dedicated over 12 years to assisting men in naturally reclaiming their energy, circulation, and performance. And today, I'm about to reveal a truth that most never learn in medical school. Because what if I shared with you that the type of water you consume is just as crucial as the amount you drink? That your hydration could be reprogrammed not only to satisfy thirst, but to energize your cells, enhance blood flow, and even rekindle the strength you assumed was lost. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stick with me because by the conclusion of this video, you'll never view a glass of water the same again. In fact, you'll learn how incorporating one small element, a overlooked mineral, can convert your hydration into a natural enhancer for blood flow. Something that bolsters energy, stamina, and performance without any pills, stimulants, or side effects. So don't jump forward. The most vital section arrives near the end, where I disclose precisely how to accomplish it step by step. And before we proceed, press that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and share in the comments where you're viewing from. I enjoy hearing from men throughout the US and globally who are seizing control of their health. All right, gentlemen. Grab your glass of water because after today, you'll never consume it plain again. Let's be honest for a moment. Most men believe hydration is straightforward. You feel thirsty. The silent dehydration. Most men overlook. You drink water. End of story, right? Not quite. After 60, your body alters in ways that render drinking sufficient water much more complex than it once was. Let's break it down carefully because this is where most folks err. First, your thirst mechanism diminishes. As you grow older, the brain's capacity to detect dehydration decelerates. You might believe you're okay, but your cells are silently pleading for assistance. You cease receiving those distinct, I'm thirsty cues, so you consume less. And even when you do drink, your body doesn't always handle it properly. Second, your kidneys and digestive system diminish in efficiency. Your kidneys, which regulate water and minerals, aren't as adept at balancing electrolytes any longer. They might expel water too rapidly or hold on to excess sodium. Either way, the equilibrium disrupts. Third, your cells forfeit their capacity to retain water. This aspect is enormous. The membrane, the outer layer of every cell, depends on minerals to sustain its electric charge. Without that charge, your body can't draw water into the cells effectively. So even if you're hydrated technically, you're dehydrated at the cellular level still. It's like pouring water onto barren soil that's depleted of nutrients. The water simply drains away. Your body appears hydrated on the surface, but inside the cells are desperate for electricity, for minerals, for vitality, and that's when symptoms begin emerging. Fatigue, brain fog, dry skin, rigid joints, delayed recovery after exercise, even impaired circulation down there. Because don't be mistaken, dehydration isn't solely about thirst. It's about blood flow. When your cells can't retain water, your blood grows thicker, slower, more resistant. That results in less oxygen, less nutrient transport, and reduced performance in every system, including your heart, your brain, and yes, your masculinity. So here's the concealed truth. You can consume 8 glasses daily and still be functionally dehydrated. Your body requires more than just water. It needs electrical hydration. Hydration that penetrates every cell, every vessel, every nerve. Now, before we address how to remedy this, I want you to stop for a second. When was the last time you felt genuinely hydrated? I mean, that clear headed, energized, nimble feeling that makes you seem younger than your age. If it's been some time, don't fret. What you're lacking isn't youth, it's minerals. Because minerals are the spark that converts ordinary water into vital water. And in the following section, I'll demonstrate exactly how it operates and why aging, thirst signals, and cellular dehydration. Every man past 60 requires this electrical charge to remain strong, focused, and brimming with life. All right, gentlemen, let's explore a bit further. Not overly technical, just sufficient so you really comprehend it. Consider your body as a high-performance engine. Water is the fuel, but minerals, they're the spark plugs. Without them, the fuel can't ignite. The engine can't activate, and regardless of how much water you consume, it just remains there. No energy, no power, no flow. Every thought, every heartbeat, every muscle contraction within your body relies on tiny electrical signals. And here's the essential point. Those electrical signals function only if minerals are available. Your cells interact through voltage. Minerals such as magnesium, sodium, potassium, and zinc transport the charge that enables that voltage. When that charge diminishes, your communication system falters like a feeble Wi-Fi signal within your own body. That's when things begin feeling amiss. Your energy plummets, your focus diminishes, your muscles contract, and your blood vessels, the pathways of your circulation start to stiffen and constrict. This isn't aging, it's disconnection. Your cells aren't communicating with each other anymore because they've lost their language, and that language is electricity. Now, here's the aspect most men never learn from their doctor. Plain water contains 0 minerals, 0 conductivity. That means it hydrates superficially, but it doesn't recharge your internal battery. When you were younger, you obtained more minerals from food and superior absorption from your gut. But after 50, digestion decelerates, absorption decreases, and the same glass of water that once revitalized you now seems vacant. Clinical studies verify this. According to research from the National Institutes of Health and the Mayo Clinic, deficiencies in magnesium and potassium increase dramatically after 50, particularly in men. Those same deficiencies connect to fatigue, high blood pressure, muscle weakness, and inadequate blood flow. So, what's the remedy? You restore the spark to your water. When you incorporate the correct minerals, even in small quantities, your hydration becomes effective. The water can ultimately penetrate your cells. Your circulation expands, your energy stabilizes, your mind clarifies, and you start feeling that consistent current of life coursing through you once more. This is what I term electrical hydration. It's the distinction between pouring water on what electrical hydration really means. Your body and illuminating it from within. And it's simpler than you imagine because nature has already created 4 key minerals that can activate that internal switch again. Each one fulfills a distinct role: relaxation, balance, communication, and hormone protection. Together, they form what I like to call the circulation code. So let's proceed through them one by one, beginning with the single most potent mineral for men over 60, the one that can literally ease your arteries and reinstate flow in every area of your body. If there's one mineral every man over 60 should memorize, it's magnesium. I refer to it as the relaxation mineral. And once you grasp what it accomplishes, you'll understand why so many men feel tense, restless, and depleted, even when they believe they're healthy. Here's the straightforward truth: your heart, your blood vessels, your muscles all depend on magnesium to release, to relax following every contraction, to respire again after every beat. You see, calcium instructs your muscles to contract. Magnesium instructs them to loosen. It's a flawless dance, tension, and relaxation. But after 50, magnesium levels begin declining. And when magnesium is low, calcium dominates. Your arteries remain constricted. Your blood pressure elevates, your circulation decelerates. That constriction doesn't just occur in your shoulders or your back. It occurs within your blood vessels too. Imagine a garden hose that's perpetually half-kinked. The water still flows, but not freely. That's what transpires when your body depletes magnesium. Now, here's something the research demonstrates clearly. Studies from the Cleveland Clinic and NIH affirm that over 75% of men lack sufficient magnesium. That deficiency doesn't merely impact your heart, it affects your energy, your sleep, your mood, and yes, your performance. Because when blood flow slows, everything slows. Magnesium is also vital for over 300 processes in your body, from generating energy within your cells to soothing your nervous system. When you replenish it, changes occur rapidly. Your sleep deepens, your muscles unwind, your focus intensifies, and your circulation, the essence of vitality, revives again. So, how do you correct it? Begin modestly. Add magnesium straight to your water, not the inexpensive variety in multivitamins. Those absorb poorly. You want magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. They dissolve readily, taste gentle, and absorb efficiently. Here's what I suggest to my patients: half a teaspoon of magnesium glycinate powder in your minerals versus plain water. Explained. Morning glass of water, stir it thoroughly, drink it gradually. Take a few deep breaths as you do. You'll sense your system awakening gently, calm but energized. Do this every day for 3 weeks. You'll observe smoother mornings, improved focus, and yes, stronger, more consistent circulation where it counts most. Because when your arteries relax, your energy flows, your heart functions more easily, and your confidence, both physical and emotional, begins returning. Magnesium is the silent foundation. It doesn't shout, it doesn't hype, it merely restores what time has constricted. And once you regain that relaxation, you're prepared for the next vital mineral, the one that determines whether all that water you consume actually remains within your cells or simply flows right through you. Now that your blood vessels are relaxed and prepared, let's discuss the mineral that determines if hydration truly reaches your cells. Sodium. Wait, hold on, Doc. You mean salt? Hold on, Doc. Isn't that harmful for my blood pressure? Excellent question. But here's the truth most men never encounter. It's not salt that's the issue. It's the incorrect type of salt. See, the sodium in processed foods, canned soups, chips, and frozen meals is the villain. It's refined, bleached, and deprived of all its accompanying minerals. That sort of sodium disturbs your balance, extracts water from your cells, and leaves you feeling bloated, exhausted, and dehydrated. But natural sodium, the variety in unrefined sea salt or Himalayan pink salt, tells an entirely different tale. It includes trace minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium that collaborate to assist your body utilize water properly. Think of sodium as the gatekeeper. It determines whether water enters your cells or remains outside. Ineffective, without sufficient sodium, your hydration lingers on the surface. Your body takes in water, but it never enters the cell where the true magic occurs. That's why so many men inform me, Dr. Ross, I drink water all day, but I still feel thirsty and fatigued. That's not thirst. That's your cells craving electrolytes. When you have insufficient sodium, you lose the capacity to retain water where it's most essential. You excrete it, and your hydration vanishes. Magnesium, the circulation relaxer, before your body ever utilizes it. So here's what I suggest. Each morning, take your large glass of water, the same one you just blended your magnesium into, and incorporate a tiny pinch of natural salt. Literally, just the tip of your pinky. You won't taste much, but your body will notice the difference. That small pinch aids your cells in absorbing water profoundly. You'll find you remain hydrated longer. Your energy feels more stable. No more dizzy episodes when you rise. No more mid-morning fatigue or brain fog. Consider it like adjusting your body's electrical system. That trace of sodium activates the switch so your hydration becomes active, not passive. And no, you won't be elevating your blood pressure. In fact, numerous studies from the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health indicate that when natural sodium is balanced with magnesium and potassium, it actually promotes blood pressure stability. So, gentlemen, cease fearing genuine salt. Your body requires it. Your cells rely on it, just maintain it pure, unrefined, and moderate, because this one mineral doesn't merely assist water in entering your cells. It helps energize them. Now that your water has a gatekeeper, it's time to encounter the balancer. The mineral that maintains everything in harmony, from your heart rhythm to your muscle control, to the steady rhythmic flow of blood throughout your body. If magnesium is the relaxer and sodium is the gatekeeper, then potassium is the balancer, the subtle force that keeps everything harmonious. Every electrical signal in your body, from your heartbeat to your muscle contractions, relies on the delicate interplay between sodium and potassium. Too much sodium, and your system becomes tense and overcharged. Too little, and your energy declines. Potassium is the mineral that levels the scales. It soothes the internal storm. Here's something most men don't recognize. As we age, our potassium levels quietly decrease. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, nearly 90% of older adults fail to obtain enough potassium from their diet. That imbalance is one of the concealed reasons for high blood pressure, rigid arteries, and lethargic circulation. Consider it this way. If sodium opens the gate for water to enter your cells, potassium retains that water inside, ensuring your muscles, nerves, and heart remain hydrated and charged. Without sufficient potassium, your cells lose that internal pressure. Your blood vessels constrict. Your heart must pump harder, and that means your energy diminishes quicker. But when you replenish potassium, something remarkable occurs. Your arteries relax naturally. Your blood pressure normalizes. Your heartbeat stabilizes. You feel calm yet vigilant, like your whole system has finally exhaled. So, where can you obtain it? Certainly, foods like bananas, spinach, avocados, and beetroot assist. But if you're over 60, diet alone frequently isn't sufficient. Your sodium, the water gatekeeper body, simply doesn't absorb potassium as effectively anymore. That's why I suggest incorporating a potassium-rich electrolyte powder into your routine. Seek one that's low in sugar but high in minerals. Half a scoop in a glass of water after exercise or in the evening is ideal. It's simple, refreshing, and profoundly restorative. Men who adopt this habit often tell me the same thing. Doc, I feel steady again. They sleep better. Their muscles cramp less. Their heart rhythm feels smoother, and something they mention with a grin. Their nighttime circulation feels stronger too. That's not coincidental because potassium and magnesium together maintain your blood vessels open and your nerves firing precisely. They're the duo that transforms hydration into flow. When you have adequate potassium, you're no longer just consuming water. You're recharging the electrical grid within your body.